a service of CNC Worldwide.
CNC Podcasts are a service of CNC Worldwide and brought to you by the Greece Chamber of Commerce, providing more than 800 member companies with business solutions since 1984. One of the three men charged in a major Rochester sports betting investigation has taken a plea deal in federal court. Mark Ruff was involved in a multi-million-dollar internet gambling operation along with his brother Joseph Ruff and with Paul Borelli of Greece. The 40-year-old Ruff pleaded guilty to a money laundering charge in return for no more than 9 years in prison. Ruff admits transferring $230,000 from Rochester to an accomplice in Connecticut. That person put the money into a credit line and wrote checks back to the Ruff brothers. An NHL star who played for both the Buffalo Sabres and the New York Islanders has been linked to this gambling ring. Defendant Mark Ruff's attorney, Jim Wolford, says that $230,000 check was a New York Islanders check written to cover a gambling debt. Thomas Vanek is an Austrian who currently plays for the Minnesota Wild but was with the Islanders at the time. He was questioned in connection with the case last summer. His agent says he testified before a grand jury but was not involved in anything wrong. Wolford would not say if Vanek endorsed that check, but says Vanek was in Rochester at the time he was an Islanders player. A court hearing this morning will hear Aquinas Institute's argument that its football team should be reinstated in the Section 5 playoffs. Aquinas was disqualified because quarterback Jake Zembeck didn't dress for at least 3 regular season games because of an injury. He participated in the coin toss for the final regular season game, but coach Chris Battaglia elected to have him sit out so Zembeck didn't suit up. Although Aquinas officials have said they weren't aware they needed to file a waiver or have Zembeck put on his uniform, the director of New York's Public High School Athletic Association says they should have. Director Robert Zayas says the eligibility rule is so critical he spent a good 10 minutes covering it at a workshop for Section 5 athletic directors back in August. The judge who was to hear the Aquinas Institute football case this morning has recused himself. State Supreme Court Justice John Ark handed the case over to Justice Scott Odorizzi. Judge Ark is married to a Pittsford-Mendon English teacher. Aquinas had to forfeit its win over Pittsford last week after Jake Zembeck was ruled ineligible. The Rochester City School District says a school number 7 teacher has been charged by Rochester police with endangering the welfare of a child. The district says it reassigned Sherrard Cox to the alternate work location back in June after being informed of an alleged incident during a 6th grade field trip to Washington, D.C. Cox isn't currently working with students. The district hasn't said anything about the nature of the incident except that police began an investigation which led to the charge. With Halloween at hand, Monroe County Executive Maggie Brooks says the county probation department is ordering 25 of the area's highest-risk sex offenders to report to an undisclosed location tonight. Brooks says the 25 Level 3 sex offenders will be taken to an undisclosed location and monitored from 5 until 9 p.m. In addition, county probation has ordered 161 lower-level sex offenders not to decorate their homes for Halloween or give candy to trick-or-treaters. They've been ordered to keep their outside lights off and not open their doors. Rochester police are investigating how a man came to be shot Thursday while sitting in a chair in front of a store. Police say the shooting happened on Frost Avenue near the corner of Jefferson. The 40-year-old victim was struck in the hip. Police interviewed witnesses, but they don't have any arrests to report so far. The City of Rochester has called a public meeting for November 17th, asking for comments on proposed changes to the city parade routes. The traditional route down East Avenue and East Main Street has to be changed because the inner loop is being demolished beginning November 17th. But the city's listing of a shorter route for the St. Patrick's Day parade caused an uproar, so the city hit the do-over button, and they're trying again, this time with more public input. The meeting's in the City Council chambers Monday, November 17th, 5 p.m. They'll have proposed routes on display, and people are being asked to sound off on which looks best to them. You can see them now on the city website, cityofrochester.gov/parade route. Your next CNC podcast is whenever you click on one of these pages and catch one, and we post updates as necessary. I'm Bud Lowell, CNC News.